So this is a basic PowerPoint, Module 6, ICDL qualification. Stefan here again. Looking at animation this time. Really nice area, quite fun, playful. You can mess around, do your own thing and learn at the same time. So it's going to be applying it to objects, which would include bullets, pictures, images, maps, and then you've obviously got your shapes as well. And you can then also customize those with regard to the animation timings, etc. So I hope you enjoy this area.
Okay, so we're going to do the last few slides of the ECDL Module 6, the PowerPoint presentation one. Okay, so for the syllabus, we need to look at some of these further areas. We've got bullets that are objects, just like drawings and pictures. And we're going to look at the animation of those. We're going to look at slide transition, a bit of a difference between the two. You can see at the top here on the tabs, transition is about applying a transition to a slide and maybe changing its effects to come in slightly differently. And then you may apply it to all or not, okay? When you look at that in transition, it has to be in show. So you go into the show and you can see that it happens there and then escape. So that's the slide transition, how it comes in. However, with animations, it's about what you're applying to bullets or objects. So for example, as it says over here, if you highlight all of the bullets in a particular slide together, and then you added an appear, for example, they all get the same animation number. That's because they all come in at the same time. So if we showed them, and we click on there, they all come in at the same time. So undo that. Also, what might happen is you might want them coming in individually. So if you click in one and do the same thing, you can see that they all have individual numbers for their animation. And if we look at that coming in, then they would come in one at a time on a click. And it's on a click because up here it's got on a click. If we wanted to see more detail on that, we've got what they call the animation pane. If you click that on, you will see on the drop down here, there, you can see each of those animated items there. You click on that one and that appears there. I click on the 7 and that appears there. So they're very connected. They may ask you to move things around through these buttons here up and down. So let's bring in an object, a picture, for example. So I'm going to go and get that picture I had from my files in one of the other presentation chunks that I did. I'm going to bring it in from the learner materials. Bring it in, I'm going to pop it there. So I'm actually going to now animate that. So I'm going to put in a different, maybe a floating animation on that. Could change the effects if I want to. It's got things that there's the animation there, and you could have it floating up or floating down. This then, if I click on the 9, just see it comes after all of the other bullets. Let's say, for instance, I wanted that graphic to come in after the third module bullet, say module 3. Then I could bring it up until it becomes after, as you can see, it's now 8, 7, 6. You can see it's changing, and now it's 6. So now if I run it and I check, got the first bullet, 2, 3, and then the graphic, and then it carries on. So you can move them up and down that way by indicating them here first. The other things you can remove. So if I had a bullet on a title there, that one, and I didn't want it on that, I only want it on the module bullets, I could delete it. You can see it's been removed, and then they've all moved through to be different. And this one now is coming as 4 in there. That one there, number 4, is still coming after module 3. So that's a way of changing how things come in. So it's quite important to have a little practice of that. The other things we look at on the next slide, we're looking at the drawing tool section. So you can see that this one has an animation on it as well. You've got the 1, 2, it's quite all over the place. We can have a quick look and see what it does. So you've got clicks to make things change colours, dim in, dim out, bounce, come in, So many different things that you can do on animation. And you can see that when you click on the one, you'll see what it is, and that's it there. And that, I think that's the one where it had the effect options of dimming in and out, or timing can change, etc. Generally for the exam, at this level, they tend to just want you to put animation on, but it's important to know how to do these things.